Okay, so today I'm going to be discussing turtles. And recently in the news there was quite a disturbing image and quite a disturbing news report, I would say, of a woman who thought it would be a great idea to stand on a bunch of turtle eggs and essentially killing any of the hatchlings. Here she is now. Ooh. And there she goes. That's not what this video is about, but I thought I would say that because it was relevant to turtles. This video is going to be discussing the effects of climate change on turtles and ultimately resulting in the feminization of new turtle hatchlings. Let's get started. Okay, so if you did not know about the effects of climate change or global warming on turtles, then this is the video for you. Sea turtles utilize both terrestrial, that's land, and marine habitats throughout their entire life cycle. So therefore it is in my opinion that sea turtles are in fact one of the most vulnerable species of the effects in the age of humans. And when I say the age of humans, I mean exactly what Attenborough meant.
We have changed the world so much that scientists say that we are now in a new geological age, the Anthropocene, the age of humans.
Focus. There we go. Before I get into the effects that climate change is having on sea turtles, let me first quickly run over the effects that human-induced climate change is having on land and sea. Quickly, just a few, maybe 4, real quick. So we've got rising sea levels, increased surface temperature, increased CO2 in the atmosphere, which leads to ocean acidification, and then we've got increased storm seasons, or increased severity of storms, I guess you could say. Now that's not everything, don't get me wrong, that was 4 things. Yeah, 4 things. I don't want to count that. Ooh, I'll regret that. 4 things. And these are specifically inclined to sea turtles, and that's what I wanted to discuss. So I'll make sure that this video isn't rambling as much as it could be, like I'm doing now. We'll stop that in the next segment, and I'll try and make this video as short as possible. Let's get it. Alright, first one I wanted to discuss was the effects of rising sea levels on sea turtles. Now, if you do or do not know, human-induced climate change is melting polar ice caps a lot faster than the records predicted. This means that sea levels are rising faster than the records predicted. Now you're probably wondering, sea turtles live in the sea. What's the big deal? How are they affected? Well, the concern lies within their reproduction or nesting cycle, you could say. So the cool thing about sea turtles is that they have this sort of imprinted image or memory of where they were born or where they hatched as they came into this world. Now that imprinted image is used for them to go back to that same beach or same nesting site and reproduce their next of kin. Their next of kin will then continue this ancient history of nesting in this exact same beach. Do you see the problem yet? So if sea levels continue to rise, then these beaches that a lot of these turtles rely on for reproduction get inundated with water and disappear. Now, secondly, sea turtles are reptiles, and as reptiles, their sex is temperature dependent. So If you want more males, you want cooler temperatures. If you want more females, you want warmer temperatures. With turtles, the surface temperature of the sand in which the eggs are incubated will determine the sex of the juvenile turtle, or the fresh hatchling. So cooler sand, male. Warmer sand, female. Problem here is that records show that the overall global surface temperature and atmospheric temperature is increasing substantially, fast, rapid, very quickly. And so what is going to happen is that scientists are predicting we are going to see the feminization of sea turtles. And what this means is that we're going to see a decrease in genetic diversity, which will mean that we're going to see a decrease in the overall abundance of sea turtles because they are not able to, I guess, asexually reproduce. So, like with the removal of any keystone species in our environment, the decrease in turtle populations and inevitable extinction will mean that there's going to be a catastrophic decline in the biodiversity of every single coral reef worldwide and seagrass bed. Last year, researchers uncovered that sea turtles from Pacific Ocean's biggest and largest sea turtle community produced way more females than males. It was 116 to females to 1 male. That's basically a 99% increase in female hatchlings. The same thing has been occurring on Rain Island, where females, or a large abundance of females, have been produced or hatched for the last 20 years. They have been outnumbering male sea turtles. So it's a lot worse than we thought. So this next one you probably thought, oh, how does this affect sea turtles? Does it directly or indirectly affect them? What I'm going to talk about is ocean acidification. Now, ocean acidification affects more of the calcareous organisms, or organisms that rely on calcium, because they can't get that calcium because the ocean pH levels are dropping, becoming more acidic. Seagrass beds and coral species or coral reefs will become less productive as pH levels begin to tend towards more acidic ranges. I'll put those here. The pH scale, where going down towards more acidic. We're up here, now we're coming down to more acidic. So what's going to happen is that a lot of the sea turtle species, or any species for that matter, but we'll just talk about sea turtles, that rely on seagrasses and coral reefs to survive, won't have the availability of that sustenance or the availability of that protection for very long, or for much longer in the near future. This is directly going to affect multiple species of sea turtles. For example, hawksbill turtles. They directly feed on sea anemones as well as sponges in coral reefs. If ocean acidification continues to become more prevalent in the ocean's waters, then a lot of these sponges and sea anemones that you see won't exist. Furthermore, green sea turtles, which mostly rely on seagrass, won't have that source of sustenance yet again, because ocean acidification will make the waters more acidic, meaning that the seagrass won't have any place to grow. So that's only 2 species. It's estimated that almost every turtle species is affected by human-induced climate change, or is now listed as endangered species. So I'm just going to finish it up with this. I don't know how long this video was. I hope it wasn't too long, because I could talk about this topic for a long time. One, because the turtles are amazing. I have swum with turtles in the past, and I'll check this out while I finish this intro, if I even have it for that long. starting now. I wanted to finish off by saying that I've explained how there's 3 things affecting sea turtles on a daily basis, but there's also multiple other causes that are affecting sea turtles. You've got your plastics, you've got chemicals leaching into the waters, you've got illegal catching, you've got bycatch, you've also got pollution. There's just a multitude of things that are affecting sea turtles on a daily basis. What we can do to help prevent or mitigate any future damages is we can reduce our plastic waste. We can also be aware of nesting beaches, don't touch or go near hatchlings, reduce chemical waste, and stop polluting our oceans. And don't, for the love of God, stand on sea turtle nests like this thing did. Don't do that. I will see you guys in another video. Thanks for watching. Remember to educate, don't eradicate. Subscribe, check out Cape Clasp. 15% of all their proceedings go towards non-profit organisations. They have a total Cape Clasp right here. Check that out. Linked in the description. Subscribe, share your friends, like, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye.